important thing we're doing today. Elizabeth, try again.
Muffins.
We're going to make...
Muffins. Blueberry.
Give me your little sheet. So our goal is how to make blueberry muffins. Now we need two lots of different things when we look at our recipe. Before we get to the steps, we're going to look at our ingredients and our equipment. Now I think our ingredients were on the yellow slips. So put up your hand if you've got a yellow slip. Great. Jacob, can you remember what your ingredient is? You're right. Flour. So we know that we need 240 grams of plain flour. Who else has got one? Cindy, can you remember what yours is? Do you remember? 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Do you remember what the baking powder was going to do? It's going to make the muffins a bit fluffy, isn't it? Help them rise, make them a bit fluffy. Sebastian, what have you got? 1 egg. Fantastic. Who else has got one? Danielle.
I got oil.
Oh. Wonder what the oil's going to do. 3/4 of a cup of vegetable oil. Stress is pulling off the end. She doesn't like that. She likes them to be neat and tidy. What have you got, Campbell? Oh, 200 grams of blueberries. You need blueberries in blueberry muffins, wouldn't we? What if we put strawberries in them? What would they be?
Strawberry muffins.
Strawberry muffins. That's why we've got those. Jack, what have you got? Hang on 2 seconds, Jordan.
130 grams of sugar.
Did you hear what happened with the sugar this morning? I forgot sugar and I bought butter instead. I'm not quite sure why. Okay, Jordan, what have you got? Milk. Beautiful. 1 1/3 of a cup of milk. So these things are called the ingredients. Good. Now we need something else. We've got all the ingredients, they're on the table. We need something else to help it mix it all together. What are we going to use?
Mix.
Do you remember what the word is? We're going to mix it up, but what is the stuff that we need to help do that? Equipment. Okay, so people who have an orange tag, that will have something to do with equipment. So if we keep your bottoms on the ground. Eloise, what do you have? Do you remember what it's called? Tell me what you do with it. Yeah, and what do? You shake it, and what does it do? Can you remember what that's called? That's called who can remember? A sieve.
Eloise, can you find
Good.
it? Can you show us what one it is? Let's see what one the sieve is.
Fantastic. Good girl.
Well done.
Well done. Cooper, what do you have?
A mixing spoon.
Close. A
Measuring
spoon. Do you think you can find that on the table for us? I can't even find it. Oh, there you go. Beautiful. Hold up, Cooper, so everyone can see. A measuring spoon. Put that back down. Fantastic. Jake, what have you got? Oh, what's yours called? A measuring jug. Do you think you can go up to the table and find us a measuring jug? Meter. What do you have? Wooden spoon. Do you want to go and see if you can find that on the table and show everyone meter? Good girl. I love the way Cindy is just sitting patiently. She's watching everything. Good girl. What do you have, Dania? What was on your list? 2 mixing bowls. We've got 2 big silver bowls on our tables. What about you, Liam?
Scales.
Scales. Who would think, what would we need the scales for?
Measure.
So we have our goal, how to make blueberry muffins. We have our ingredients. Flour, baking powder, egg, oil, blueberries, sugar and milk. And then we've got our, remember what it's called? Equipment. So we've got a sieve, a measuring spoon, a whisk, a muffin tray, paper cases, a wooden spoon, 2 mixing bowls and scales. Who has step 1? Anna.
I do.
Oh no, Campbell. Can you remember, looking at the picture, what's on yours? What's step 1 about? Putting the oven on. Why is that lady there? Why? So they don't get hurt for safety. Good. So step 1 said set the oven to 180 degrees and ask an adult to help you do that. Who's going to do that for us?
Me.
No. Are you an adult?
Yes.
Who's going to do that for us? We talked about it before.
You.
Miss Crossman's going to go over and do that for us. Number 4. Jacob, what are you going to do? Can you use the picture to help you?
Baking.
Oh, okay. Look at what are they doing with that? What's this? What's this action? Yeah, tell me what this action is. Good. So stirring in the sugar with the wooden spoon. Who has number 5? Step 5.
Miss Cindy.
Cindy, can you remember what's going to
Look
happen?
at the picture.
Going to use the eggs. And what else are you going to do? You're going to crack the egg. And you need to use this. Can you remember what this is called? Who has number 6?
I have.
Okay, Jack, do you remember this one? Look at the picture. You have to look really closely because this one's a bit tricky. Do you remember what they do with...
So they've got all those dry things in the
The
bowl,
dry
and then they had to do a... Can you remember what it is?
Good. They make a hole.
Make a hole.
They make a well.
And when you're cooking, that's right, you call it a well. Make a well in the centre of the dry ingredients. Who has number 7?
Me.
That's right. So you're going to spoon the batter into the muffin tray until the cases are nearly full. Why nearly full? Why don't we fill them all the way up to the top? It might overflow. We might end up with muffins all over the place. Who has step 11? Can you remember?
Campbell,
What do you need to do?
Cooper. Excellent. And we're going to bake them for 20 to 25 minutes.
And we're going to watch them? Right. We're going to break off into our groups, and you're each going to have a go at doing some of the steps with blueberry muffins. But there's a little bit of a test at the end. That we're going to see how well your brain has been thinking about what happens first, what happens next. And what we're going to ask you to do at the end is to see if you can put the pictures in order. Because you've matched the pictures now with the steps, and you can talk about these pictures all by yourself. You know what they mean. So we're going to get the muffins together, and then in your group, we're going to see if we can put these in order. Okay, and see if we can retell what we did using our own words. Because are these our words? No, they're the words from our book. Who was in that guided reading group the other afternoon when we found this book?
Me.
That's right. So this was a book that a group was just reading, and we were practicing our reading strategies, but we decided that we would have a go at doing this. But these aren't our words, are they?
No.
But you can retell it in your words using the thing. So you might not call it a whisk. You might call it the metal stirrer. Ask now to help you that.
130 grams of sugar.
Have you got a bowl?
Well done.
Good.
Good.
Have you got a whisk?
Sugar. Good.
Have we got a
1 egg.
There you go.
Excellent. Thank you.
Oh,
Just leave it. Thanks. 1 1/3
Have we got
cups of milk. Good. Thank you. 3/4 cups of vegetable oil.
Have you got a measuring spoon?
Yep. Oil, and here's the oil.
And we don't need the
And the last one, 200 grams of blueberries.
How are we
Good.
going? Everyone's going to have a There you go. Alright. What do you think we take? We've got to stir it until it's smooth. Why do we need the lumps out of it? If all the ingredients aren't mixed in together, it'll not taste the same. Your muffin needs to have its oil and its egg and its milk and its flour and its baking powder and its sugar. Try again. Pass it around. Put your arm around first. Meta, that's it. Big stirring. Everyone's going to have another go. It's a little bit lumpy. But while we're doing that, let's work out what needs to happen next. So once it's smooth, what do we need to do? Don't do that. You can see the blueberries in the picture now, and you can see them being added to the mixture, can't you? It says, add the blueberries and mix in gently. Why do you think it wants you to mix in gently? We did it really hard. What would happen to the blueberries? probably go. What happened to the blueberries? You went really hard.
Do you know what could happen if we're stirring?
Oh,
It may not expect it. If we're
Yeah,
stirring,
they
it
might
might
get
get
squashed though. Some people like to have nice big blueberries in their muffins. Keep going. Pass it along to Liam. That's it.
whisk together.
Alright, I think we're nearly ready.
Where's the milk?
Okay, so Mita, I'm going to pass it over here. Mita's going to pour in the blueberries, and then you can do the stirring. Okay, Mita, pour in the blueberries.
Everybody gets to whisk first. Everyone will get to whisk first. Ready?
Right, now, what do we have to do when we're stirring this time?
Okay.
Doing it gently. Before we were actually moving quite quickly, so what should change now? Do it slowly. Alright, Mita, here you go. Do two. Yeah, we're all going to have a go. Do two. Okay, pass on to Jacob. See how it's starting to change colour now? The blueberries are starting to mix in. Good boy, Jacob. Gently. I like the way you're holding the bowls though now. That's it, Elizabeth. On to Liam. So you can get this spoon, wipe it off, and pour it in. Okay, Cooper, you do two, and then Liam, you can have a go at doing two.
Because we made a complete mess.
Oh, that's part of the fun. Here we go. Well, why don't we pull that closer? There you go. Wipe it off, and that way it won't drip as much.
Good.
There you go. Good. One more. You're going to bake them in the oven. Who can tell me for how many minutes? What, me? 20?
Let's look.
25.
Well, Eloise is whisking.
And then I'll start to.
Got it.
Right. Are you going to be the person to take them out of the oven?
The next thing we have to do is make it well.
Why not? Why?
In the middle. I'll do it.
Sorry? You want them for safety, aren't you? That's what we look at next. What was that? What do we call it? We call it the equipment. Oh, we had two.
With the blueberries.
What did this one tell us? Turn it on. And why was it growing up doing it? Well, we're turning it on so it could be safe. Well, then what's the first thing that we did? No, think about what we did on our table. What was the first thing we did? The first thing we did was... No, we didn't mix these. The first thing we did was...
Look at the color.
Well done, Elizabeth. You're right. I've got it wrong, actually. The first thing we did was we put the muffin cases in the tray.
What do we have after the kids have done that? What do they need to add? Very important. And what do they do in Campbell? Good, you need to add the blueberries in.
And they put it on
They're doing it at their house. Then what comes next?
And then at the very, very end.
What's this one? What do you do next?
Oh, look at this. Let's hop up.
Wait, no.
Okay, let's hop
What's
down
this
this way.
picture that you need? Wait, you need to
There's
tell
one
me
down
what
here.
this
We
picture
need to see
is.
that everyone can
What's
see.
happening here?
Let's have a look. So we've got these and these.
They're putting it in like, what's that called? When it's all mixed together and it's not cooked. Batter. Good. And then they put it in there. Then what do the kids do?
Mum doing
Good.
this.
Put it in the oven. Then what do they do after they put it in the oven? Do they eat it or put it on the cooling rack to cool it and then they... Oh, I can't wait to eat these muffins.